confirm we're live again?
Yes, we are back live now, Mr. Chair.
All right, thank you, Rob. All right, Kim, you're smiling, so I imagine you want to take this redevelopment update. Go ahead.
I will, Mr. Chair. Thanks so much. So just to advise the committee that we did have a kickoff meeting on the Grey Gables redevelopment project with our provincial project manager, as well as someone from the licensing department at the Ministry of Long-Term Care. That was on February the 2nd. We reviewed the status of the project, just catching everybody up because it's been a little while since we've spoken to one another. They let us know that they need to undertake the licensing review process similar to what was done for Rockwood Terrace in the summertime. So we'll get some more information about that, but you may see something in the public eye with regard to that question when the time comes. We reviewed the county's intent to work with our consultants with regard to the potential for redevelopment in the existing Grey Gables facility, just laying out the timelines for them that we anticipated. So what will happen next once that work is complete and the appropriate committees have had a chance to think through the next steps and the direction that they want to take. It'll be at that point then that we'll be looking at a development agreement with the province for the Grey Gables project. And the last thing I wanted to just show you, one of the things that the province was looking to have was a communications plan for the project. We did one of these for the Rockwood project as well, but if I can I'll just share my screen quickly here just to give you a sense of what this looks like. And here we go. Okay, now, what do you see on your screen? Do you see a communication plan or
we have
a map?
the communication plan, a picture of Grey Gables, and then the
Perfect. Okay,
goals.
that's what I wanted you to see. That's excellent. So this communication plan is really for the province's awareness, and it helps them to work in alignment with us when we think about how we want to speak about this project. What are the key messages? Where and what and when do we want to communicate? So it outlines some goals here to maximize the awareness of the redevelopment of Grey Gables and share the vision for the future of a campus of care as it's developed, to help people understand the impact of redevelopment, encourage the public and staff to participate in the redevelopment process as those opportunities arise, and to keep Grey Gables stakeholders. So that includes the people who are living there right now and their families, our volunteers and staff, as well as the public, just informed about how the progress of the planning for that new build there is working. And as I said, they're very similar to what we're doing with Rockwood Terrace. So the document lists the audiences, both primary and secondary, and then talks about key messages for each. And there's a lot of carryover from one group to the other. I'll draw the committee's attention to the fact that we do set up a redevelopment mailbox. So if people have questions for us, that they can email them to us, as well as give us a call if they have questions. But we, outline here what the intent is, just some really factual information that we want to make sure people are aware of. The redevelopment target completion date of 2025. And then moving on from there. So it's a very high level document, but the province is asking that we provide this back to them. And so if anybody has any questions with this, I'd be happy to answer them, or any suggestions, but otherwise we'll be sending that into the province this week.
Thanks, Kim. Can you forward that to the committee members also?
Absolutely, I can. Yep, I will do that and have a chance to have a look. And happy to have your input. So thanks.
Any questions from Kim's update? There we go. Thanks. Barb, did you have your hand up? No. Okay. All right, thanks for that update, Kim. Behavioral support transition, the BSTU update. Who's
No,
taking that?
that's also myself. Through you,
Go
Mr.
ahead.
Through you, Mr. Chair. After our last meeting, where you had provided support to Jennifer and I to continue to try and negotiate with the province, we did have a couple of follow-up meetings with the representatives from the Southwest LHIN. Unfortunately, we were not able to come to an agreement on extending the length of the project, the pilot period, or rolling over any of the resources into the future years. So given those circumstances, we weren't in a position to be able to continue on with that project. It's unfortunate, but given where we are in the pandemic and the significant amount of work that it would be to get the BSTU set up, it just didn't make sense to do that for a year. And so we want to work with the province, but we want to be able to work with them in partnership. And the project plan for the BSTU was really to try and demonstrate what a center of excellence for this work could look like in a rural context. And a year just wasn't going to be enough time to be able to do justice to that goal. So there we are, and hopefully something will change, and we'll hear more in the future. They'll be able to revisit it, but at this time, the staff there just weren't able to work with us as we needed them to this time.
Well, that's unfortunate, Kim.
Mhm.
Is there anything politically that should be done? I mean, I think you've certainly outlined in previous meetings the importance
Mhm.
of a behavioral support unit as a a
Mhm.
regional facility. Do we just let this die, or should we take this any further at a political level and try to get to the point that we want to be? Any recommendation?
I think there's good awareness on that front. I did keep people up to date along the way about where we were, and my hope is that like we're right at the end of a fiscal year, right? The provincial fiscal year ends on March 31st. I'm hopeful as we get into a new fiscal year that there may be some flex in the provincial budget or new thinking going forward. The further we get into resolving the pandemic, the easier it will be for everyone to take on a new project and really run with it. So maybe the stars will align and the province will find some further budget flexibility in the future, and our own staff will have a little bit more capacity as well.
Okay. Well, thanks for that update, and certainly I'm glad that you're not taking us down a path that we weren't ready or prepared for. So
Yeah.
Any questions of the update from any members of the committee? Not seeing anything. All right, our next meeting date is scheduled for March 9th. So if there isn't any other questions, I'll ask for a mover to adjourn. I think I may have frozen.
I see Councillor Burley and O'Leary.
Okay, thank you. All in favor? Yeah, I've got a number of frozen screens, so I will say that we are adjourned. Thanks, everyone. Take care.
Thanks, everyone. Enjoy the snowy day.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. Take care.
Bye-bye.